Hello, magical ones. Welcome to the Fairy Stitch vlog. I'm Fairy, and Misty welcomes you as well. And today's episode, we are going to be doing some knitting here in the studio. So I welcome you to checking out our podcast today. So today, like I say, we're going to spend a little bit of time working on a project, and I'm going to help promote it a little bit because some of the items will be available for sale. So I wanted to do that video. So if you're brand new to the channel, I welcome you. I am Fairy, and we've been doing this for a while now. And so if you're brand new to the show, then you're probably wondering, what do you do normally? Well, we do knitting. We do talk about books. We do artwork. We talk about gardening. We do some sunflower growing. We do some baking. And of course, I am a fairyologist. So a lot of times there is fairy subjects, and there is also the element of the fact that I am a fairy craft magic practitioner. So oftentimes there will be, spells, there's magical work episodes. So please check out the rest of the episodes if you haven't already. Because then that way you get to see a bunch of different content that I've been doing over the years. So please subscribe to the channel too if you haven't already. And if you are or have, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And the new announcement, if I want to do that today, is that I now have, besides the PayPal, where you can donate if you would like to, I now have a page where you can become a monthly member, or you can do a one-time donation, or there might be there's going to be another tier added later. But for now, I'm on Ko-Fi or Ko-Fi, Ko-Fi.com, and I really should have written that down. So I will do that, but the link is on the channel. So you can become a member now if you'd like to. Please keep in mind that this is the very first time I've ever done this, where I've done this patron system kind of thing. I mean, I know a lot of people do Patreon, but I couldn't afford Patreon. Their fees and stuff, I can't afford them. So I found this other site. This seems to be more open. They seem to be take less of a fee, which is nice. And so I'm going with them. So I'm using Ko-Fi. So anyway, the link will be on here. So please check that out if you would like to be a member. Or if you just like to give a one-time donation, that would be fabulous too, because gosh knows I need that. I need the help. So anyway, we are going to do some knitting. So I'm going to grab my items, and we will start working on this project. And so I hope you'll stick with me and, either knit with me or, just watch what I'm doing. Either way, I appreciate it. Oh, right. Okay, so I got my little row counter here, and I've got so far my knitting. Now I'm doing a Fairy Stitches hat, and I probably should show you the finished product. Let me do that. Okay, so I've knitted over the years. I've knitted a couple, I guess 4 of them, maybe 4 of them. I think I sold one at some point. And then this one is mine. I'm keeping this one. And this is the Fairy Stitches hat. This is a pattern I've created. So, and here's another variation. So they're kind of like beanies, and I will show you the one on the model. There we go. So the whole idea is that it tells a story. You've got fairyland. The whole hat is fairyland. And so this side, that's the more decorative side, this side represents all the fairies themselves, floral, the flowers, the trees, the landscape, gems, all the things that we think of typically as fairyland, the pretty side of it. And then the other side that's just straight, this one's more of, the ground and the sky and, the dirt and, all the necessary but the grounding aspects of fairyland. And then each side of on the bottom here has the corresponding color, but you've got the trim. So the plain side has the decorative trim. The decorative side has the plain trim, and these represent pathways or trails within fairyland. And so, yeah, and so these represent, again, different pathways within the environment. And then we got these big stitches here, and the big stitches I put in after I put in the seam. After I do the seam, which I hand stitch, then I go over it and put these decorative stitches in. So you can see the big green stitches. And then that represents like little ladders, that they're climbing up different things. The fairies can go here and there and go up in the trees or whatever. So it's a pattern I created, and again, you're wearing fairyland when you have one of these. So those were the 3 variations. I can show you what each one looks like on the model. Because sometimes I leave off the little trails, like this one I didn't put the trails in. But I did do the big stitches, the ladder stitches. In this colorway, I forget what brand this is, but the colors are amazing, and I think it's Dragonfly is the colorway if you're interested. And then I just used the straight black on this side. And then this one, even though it's the same pattern, it's a different yarn. So it actually made it bigger. It made the hat bigger. And so and heavier too. So this one's one I wear in the winter time for sure. And it's very warming. But it's bigger too, as you'll see. See how far it is on the model? But it is simply because I used a bigger, fluffier Yarn Bee yarn, which I love, but it has like this fuzzy halo and everything. That's all natural. That's all part of the yarn. But this one, it made more of a puff, a poofy hat. So it's not as tight looking, So yeah, but just simply by doing that, by changing the yarn, I stuck to the same pattern, it changes it a bit. But anyway, this is all in the greens, and again, the Yarn Bee, and I forget which colorways these were. I don't remember, it's been a while. And then I did all the stitches, so I did all the big ladder stitches like the others, but I also added it all along the trim on this one. So that's how it's supposed to be with my original pattern. It's just I don't always do that. Sometimes I just decide not to do it, try something different. But this one, I did the full pattern on this one. So yeah. So this is my Fairy Stitches hat. And again, this is my pattern. So I'm either going to offer this pattern for sale, or I'm going to just make some hats and then put them up for sale, or I might do both. It depends. I think I was planning on doing it on for the membership at some point, I think. Or I was going to put it for sale through Ko-Fi. Apparently I can sell actual products, which is cool, through them. So again, I'm brand new to this website. I'm brand new to this whole Patreon thing. And so I do ask that if you're going to look into it or you're going to become a member, that's fantastic. And if something's wrong, just please message me nicely and let me know there's an issue, but and give me a chance to fix it. But keep in mind, I'm brand new to all of this, and I'm brand new to the site. They're not really walking me through the steps. I just have to kind of do it and see how it turns out. You know, if there's a glitch, then I have to go in and try to figure out how to fix it. So do be aware of that. And please be patient and understanding, and I will certainly fix it as soon as I can, or whatever. Hopefully there won't be any glitches. Hopefully there won't be any problems. But I'm just saying, if there is, please be understanding about this. I'm brand new to it, and I don't have anybody who's been through this, who can walk me through the steps. So I have to figure it out myself. So please give me a chance to do that. Okay, so today, like I say, I'm going to be working on these fairy stitch hats, and I want to sell some of these. So this one is currently on the needles, so we're going to continue that. So I've got this regular gray yarn, and then this red mixture at the bottom. It's kind of like a brown rusty red, and then it's got little gray and yellowish specks throughout. It's actually quite pretty, and the full skein is behind me. So this is the skein. It's a big, it's a biggie. But it's got all these speckles and grays, and you can see how it's blended. And it's one of these Premier Puzzle yarns, which I've used before. It's really cool, and you get a big ball of it. It's a big skein of it. The colorway color for this is checkers. This is checkers. And so, yeah, you can see it's got that red and everything and blended in. It's cool. So anyway, I've had this yarn for a while, hadn't done anything with it. And I thought, well, this is a good time to, you know, do something. So we are going to knit the stitches hat. So what I'm going to do, and I got to see what I'm doing here. Okay, so I've got my size 9 straight needles, and I prefer the straight needles. I do have doubles, and I do have the double point, and I do have the circulars. And I know how to use them, I just don't prefer to use them. I like the straight needles better. And then I just got my ball of gray yarn. I don't have my ball band, so I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to say it's a Red Heart Company yarn, but I don't know the colorway. But it's just this flat gray. But it works good with this. I think it works well. So we got a nice blend here. Okay, so I'm on row 39 now. So we're gonna do this. And I just knit the row. I'm sorry if you can hear some background noise. I don't know if it's picking up. But there's machinery, there's music, there's pounding. Our next door neighbor, his rental home is being renovated, so there's a lot of noise, but unfortunately, there's not a good time for me to do this. And today, we're finally getting a really cool breeze this morning until it heats up. So I wanted to go ahead and do the video now, even though there might be noise outside. But it's cooler. We've got a nice breeze coming in. Because lately it's been like 105, 108 almost every day. Today it's supposed to be like 98, so that's still hot, but it's much better than 105 and 108. That's the thing when you live in the high desert and you don't have air conditioning. It's miserable. Okay. So I think I knit, I'm on, yeah, row 40. So I think I have to keep knitting until I get to row 54. And then it changes. I admit it's my pattern, but I don't have it by memory. I do write it down though, so I do have it written out, but I can't remember everything. my, my memory's not what it used to be. Not that I was a whiz anyway when it came to memory, but yeah, I had better memory then. I'm at the point where sometimes where I kind of remember stuff that I don't want to. It's really weird. It's like, let go of the past. It's like, I would if I could. But for some reason, I seem to remember that better than I remember what happened yesterday. Strange. I don't think I ever got around to reading Marcel Proust's books about memory, something about remembrance. I think in college I might have started to read it just for fun. It wasn't a requirement, but I don't remember if I ever got through it. But again, he wrote that book, or I think two. I think it was 2 volumes, um, where he kind of investigated memory. I don't know. I can't remember. Ironic. I can't remember if I actually read it. I might have. Okay. Yeah. So, like I say, I want to knit at least 2 or 3 of these. This being the first, and I want to put them up for sale. I do sell my stuff on Facebook. That's pretty much my one site that I go to most of the time. So if you're on Facebook too, you can look me up at Fairy Stitch Vlog, or you can check out my art page, Faye Ice Art, and you can purchase something using the PayPal link. I mean, that's, the PayPal and using Facebook, those are the 2 sites that are the most reasonable as far as price, or actually giving me free, uh, free tools, I guess is the word I want to use. Because other sites charge fees and they take a percentage. So you got to keep in mind, even though you might feel a little more comfortable using a Ko-Fi or Patreon or, Etsy or whatever, um, you got to remember that if I were to use those sites, and I have in the past, I have to raise my prices to compensate for all those fees and tax and all that stuff, when you're using those sites. Whereas with Facebook, and with uh, my mind went blank. With the other sites, that I am using, I don't get charged all of that. So I don't have to charge you. So, I can charge you $10 or $15 or even $12 for this hat, and that would be the flat rate. Now, if you want it shipped, yes, I would have to ask you for a little bit more, because I've got to, pay for bus fare to go to the post office, and I got to pay the post office fee to mail it to you. But I would keep it as reasonable as I possibly can. That way I don't have to hit you for too much money. So, got to keep in mind that I am trying to keep costs down for myself, of course, but I'm also trying to keep it down for you as the donator or the purchaser, as the buyer, you know. And if I have to pay those fees, then that means I have to charge you those fees. So it's better for all of us if I just work with PayPal and Facebook. But some people don't want to deal with PayPal. I don't know why. So far, I've been with them for quite a while, I haven't had a problem, knocking on wood. So, it shouldn't be an issue, I hope. But anyway, yes, I am going to put some of these up, and I usually post them on Facebook, through the, like what they call the yard sale site pages, and my own page. I'll probably put them on the Faye Ice Art page. So you just message me that you want it, and I get an address from you, and I give you the link to PayPal. As soon as they tell me yes, the money is there, then I start, packaging it, and I get it out to you as soon as I possibly can. I don't have a full running home, studio, and I don't have a, business office, and I don't have assistants. I have to do it myself. So, it takes a little bit, but I work as quick as I can. So, anyway, so that is what this video is about while I'm knitting this Fairy Stitches hat. I just wanted to promote that a little bit. And again, I now have the new Ko-Fi or Ko-fi site. I'm going to show you while I'm mentioning that again. Here's the site. So that will be linked as well on here. Just enjoying that breeze. For the moment, it's quiet. I was just enjoying having a Zen moment. Okay, so I'm on row 46 or 47 actually, about to start. So again, I think once I get to row 54, then I'm going to change it up, and that's when I start working on the crown, the top here. So that's where it's going to start doing a shape. And then I have to knit the second side, it's just like this, stitch them together, and then I can proceed. So obviously it's going to take me a while, so I won't be doing it on this video, but I did want to just kind of spend a few minutes with you guys doing a little bit of knitting and to make my announcement. And jeez, I don't know what kind of machinery they're using next door, and I don't know if you can hear it, but I'm hearing it, and it sounds like an elephant who has a cold that can't blow its nose. It's just, it sounds really weird. Anyway, I don't know what they're doing. Afraid to find out. But anyway, okay, so this is the start of the Fairy Stitches hat. So again, if you are interested in possibly purchasing these when they're ready, please do. And I sell them on my Facebook page. I will put a post on my Faye Ice art page. I will link them in the description box. We will. I will also have my PayPal link, which I believe is already on here. So you can donate there if you would like to. And again, the new site for Ko-Fi. Again, you can become a member or just do a one-time $3 donation. It's up to you. So, yeah. So that is what I wanted to do today. And I thank you so much for spending this little bit of time with me this morning. I hope that you all are having a good day. First day of summer is supposed to be tomorrow, I understand. As far as I'm concerned, because we've been in the hundreds for over a week, I'd say we're already in summer, which sucks. I've gotten to the point where I hate summer and I do not like winter. I prefer spring and fall, so I'm looking forward to fall. I wish it was already here, but can't have everything, right? And so it's only the end of June. I want it to be October. plus it's dark fairy day season, you know. But yeah, gonna have to wait a while. But anyhow, I really miss spring. I love spring. I would much rather it was back in March. Yeah, I think March was a good weather month. March and April. A little bit of May. But mostly March, April, a little bit of May. It was good. It was great. Loved it. I first prefer spring. Anyway, okay, so enough of this musing. So thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Please subscribe. Please donate if you would like. And check out our Facebook pages, like I said. And again, these will be available soon. I will be posting them as soon as they're finished. And I need to crack on and get them finished. So, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a very, very good day. And please check out my other episodes. And please check back for the next episode because I sprinkle a little fairy dust in each one. You never know what I'm going to conjure up. So I hope you'll tune in. So thanks so much, and you have a good fairy day. See you next time.